Hi, I'm Galen Adam, Northeast Boating's Managing Editor, and I'm here at R&W Ropes where they do a lot of custom splicing to film how to do a double braid splice.
I'm going to demonstrate a double braid splice using this 1/2-inch black nylon double braid. This is what we're going to try and get 12-inch on. First thing you want to do is give yourself some working rope, tie a slip knot like this. You need about 8-10 feet of rope like this to start. So to get a 12-inch eye, I have measurements on the table that help me so I don't have to use the fid to get the measurements. But the fid is, this is one full fid length, and it has 2 marks here. So from here to here is a short fid section. From here to here is a long fid section. On this table, I'm going to use the red marks for 1/2 inch, and this distance from the peg to this is a full fid minus 8 picks. Now a pick is every time you see a V pattern repeat itself. So that's 1, 2, 3. The eye size, I'm going to get a 12-inch eye. So from here to here is that distance that I mentioned, and from here to here is the 12 inches. So the eye size, if I take the rope out right here, there's an inner rope right here. I'm going to spread the strands, make a big enough hole, and you can pull the inner rope out and tape it. Next thing you need to do is pull the inner rope all the way out to this knot, and then rope the outer rope back out all the way to this point where the inner rope, right where the inner rope comes out, you grab it, pull it out, and mark 2 spots here and here. This distance is a short fid section, which I explained, and then the distance from here to here is 1 full fid plus a short fid section. Next thing we need to do is take the fid, go in this mark and come out this mark. Fid goes right through the rope, and there's a way to attach the rope to the fid. What I do is I fold it in half and I squeeze it and kind of jam it right in there with your thumb. Pull it through, and I use this nail to hold it down. What that does is it prevents this from sliding back through, plus it puts the rope in position so I can use these marks, these measurements, and I'm going to go in right here where it says 1/2 inch. This distance from here to here is also like before, the full fid minus the 8 picks. So same thing, I squeeze the rope in half, push it into the fid. You may want to tape this onto the fid to make sure the rope doesn't fall off. And we're going to go in here. Keep going all the way, don't come out until you get somewhere up in this area where the distance from here to here is a short fid section. So I estimate that, and I come out right about there. And now I can take this and pull the 2 tails apart from each other so that this part right here, this crossover, snugs up. Untape this. Now we need to taper this outer rope. So to do that, I take a fid and spread the strands. some more, so that when I taper this with the scissors, I want to have as much of a taper as I can. So I pull this back and taper it like this. Now that rope will disappear if I just go like that. So I do the same thing with the inner rope. Pull all the excess inner rope out to that point. I'm going to cut it off right here, so that when I pull it back in, it'll go completely into the rope, and I'll taper the end like the other rope. So now when I hold it here at the crossover, I can pull this in, and this will completely go into the rope. And that's the next thing, is to hook it up to something solid so you can pull, which is an act of this pulling. You need to pull with both hands, one hand in the back of the eye like this, and the other hand brings the rope up, and you're going to bring it to eventually come all the way up. You should take your time doing this, because sometimes if you don't pull hard enough with the arm back here, you get a little bump here, and you can't get past the bump sometimes. So you take your time, pull a little bit at a time, and eventually it'll all get completely buried, and there's no more outer rope slack. That's final eye. After you get it like this, it's a good idea sometimes to, this will usually hold, but I usually put a blind stitch in there, or sometimes a whip. But here's what I do with a blind stitch. This looks good. Pull the string through so it just disappears, and you go back in the same place, and I push it through like that, and keep doing this about 5 or 6 times. You work your way down the rope at an angle each time, so that the inner rope and the outer rope are seized together, and there's no way they'll slip, come apart. Just cut it off.